I feel honored to welcome all the parents and my fellow colleagues for taking a knee part in this important workshop. Before starting our workshop, we just go ahead with the admission. EDVISHAN is not just an educational platform, it's a catalyst for personal and professional growth. We are driven by the belief that learning is the key to unlocking one's full potential and achieving excellence. At EduVision, we are on mission to revolutionize education.
Echoing of sound is there, na? So maybe someone mic is on.
I request all the participants, please put your mic on mute. At EduVision, we are on a mission to revolutionize education by making it accessible, engaging, and impactful for learners of all ages and backgrounds. Our approach is diverse learning solution to provide expertise, cutting-edge technology, global reach, customization. Whether you are an individual looking to upskill, an educator seeking professional development, a school striving to enhance your students' learning experience, or an organization dedicated to fostering talent and innovation, EduVision is your trusted partner in an education. Let's begin with the today's session. So here myself, Pooja Rani, core team member of EduVision, Nodal Officer CBSE, BTech Bharat Suhvidya Resource Person, Certified Career Coach, Parenting Coach, Global Speaker, School Coordinator, Kameshwar International School, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Think, feel and act. So today our topic is empowering children in the middle year. The way you think will determine how you feel, and it will involve how you act also. So today's focus point of workshop is a positive view of the child, connecting with families. After school, what to do? 9 to 12 years old they require freedom, independence and opportunity. How do we create learning environments that support engagement and expression? Empower children. Now, when we talk about the empower children, what thoughts come in our mind? If anybody want to share, please. And I request participants, please just raise your hand so that one by one we can take your thought process also. What thought come in our mind while we see that empower children? Yes, Neetu ma'am. Neetu ma'am, just unmute yourself now. Okay, let's proceed further. Okay, still I'm finding the people are raising their hand. Yes, Deepika ma'am, please unmute yourself.
To help children to understand about their challenges.
Okay, good. Now let us proceed with like how we can empower a child, what we can do, who we are, when, where, why, how. Lots of questions came in our mind when we talk about the empower child. Now, what does empowerment mean? It simply put, empowerment means guiding your child in a manner that encourage their belief in their own abilities and potential for positive growth. During their school years and when they move into adult life, children will need to rely on their inner strength and sense of self-belief to meet and overcome difficulties. By understanding how you can empower your child, you will be building a strong foundation that will help them succeed as they tackle academic and personal challenge. So empowerment is a simple word. Simply we can put that empowerment is guiding a child in a manner that he or she can encourage by us to believe their own ability, potential for positive growth. Now, what skills we required? What are the things? What are the steps we are supposed to take? Now, there are few characteristics for empowered children. These characteristics are compassion, cooperation, generosity, empathy, respect. This is something which is not related to any of the subject they are studying. Physics, they are studying chemistry, they are studying accountancy, they are studying English. This is something that we can give on day-to-day basic daily life. The traits, so this is compassion, cooperation, generosity, empathy, respect. Now, when going to combine all this, it empowers children to rise above the trails and tribulation they will face throughout their lives. And character must be nurtured and developed in children early on, just like math and reading skill. Now, the thought comes in our mind, why empower is that much important? Why empower to a child? So it helps better concentration and rapid learning. Empowered children realize the importance of their growth and thus are more attentive in the classroom and are mindful at home and in their general daily routines. When we talk about the educators, sometimes we'll feel that sometimes we face a problem also. Most of the educators face a problem that that child is not attentive in the class. The child is not completing a homework. The child is disturbing others. So this is the thing that where we can compile all the things to overcome this problem, where parents are also facing that they are not able to, their child is not able to understand, their child is not ready to accept the things also. So this is the most important thing that where we can empower a child. Now feel, think, act. There are a few activities like overwhelmed, scared, anxiety, resilience, opportunities, fear, change, confused, happiness, empathy. It's not about the child also, but being an individual person. We all overcome from this thing. So whenever we are doing any task, feel, think, and act. Now, as a parent, we want to do everything with our power so that our kids grow up to be well-rounded individuals. Empowering our children from a young age using positive parenting techniques is more important than ever with the COVID after the pandemic and the uncertain times we are in. Fostering positive attitude and creating a space where your children feel optimistic about future rather than scared and apprehensive is key for their development. It's scary thought, but children are incredibly malleable. They absorb information like a sponge, and our attitudes toward them can have a great effect on their development. A child that is told they are not worthy and a nuisance will believe that that is what they are. Treating your children with respect through positive parenting will instill confidence in them and allow them space to grow and feel supported throughout their development. If we focus our parenting on empowering our children, we will create a generation of outstanding to raise happy, healthy, with sense of self-worth, good morals and ethics. We can ensure that they will also desire to create a good future for their children and generation after. It can be easy to get lost in the day-to-day of parenting throughout the pandemic, just trying to stay afloat amongst the madness and make it to the end of the day. That is why we have combined the list of few tips, few steps to empower your children. Now, before going ahead with the topic, right, related to the how we can empower a child, I just want to ask a question to everybody, those who are participating today. Are we giving a self time to us? Are we giving me time to us? How many of you remember that we will go in back, right? We are like sitting on the window, having a cup of tea, and we are thinking about what we did throughout the day. We think about ourselves. Are we giving that time to us? Can I
Yes,
get
ma'am.
Not
few quick
really.
response? Not really. Yes, that is the reality. After the pandemic, we realized that we are not able to give a time to us because we are struck with the lots of activity. We are working, we are engaged with our child, we are engaged with the activity, the other activities, we are engaged with the social medias, but we are not giving a me time to us. Just think about the child. The child is in the age of 9 to 12. He is already having lots of burden on his mind, on his or her mind, right? They are struggling with their academic, they are struggling with their homework part, they are struggling with their concept clarity, they are struggling with their how to play, they are struggling with their to make a communities, to build the communities with others. Are they able to get all the things on their head? Are they on that appropriate age that they can take all the burden? If you are with me till now, please show me the thumbs up so that we can proceed further. So how we can do a small activities, grow confidence and self-esteem. This is the most important being an individual. Confidence and self-esteem enable children to feel happy and comfortable with who they are, as well as try new things also. They are more likely to manage their own behavior. So growing confidence among the child is most important key to empower a child. Encourage independence, allowing children to have say in their lives and make choice that they affect them, help them to be independent. Build resilience. Empowerment is a key factor in build resilience, which enables children to bounce back from whatever life throws their way. Someone mic is on, please mute yourself. So develop self-respect. When children understand that they are a powerful creator in their own world, they can develop a sense of self-respect. Self-respect enables children to build respect and values other also. Make them better learner. A confident, independent child has the best chance of being an effective learner and shaping a fantastic future for themselves. These are the few things I have listed out that we can do for to empower a child, growing confidence and self-esteem, encourage independence, build resilience, develop self-respect, making them better learning. After the COVID pandemic, I think everybody has suffered that we lost this self-respect. We are not respecting others. We are criticizing them. And when the child see that we being a human, being an adult, we are criticizing others, they'll also going to follow us. So these are the few things that we are supposed to maintain in front of the child. Now there are skills related to the empower the child. When we talk about the empowerment, skills related to like learning, experience, ability, growth, training, competence, knowledge. These are the skills. which compile a complete human being, which compile a empowered child with their own knowledge, with their own creativity, and with their own belief. Now, how to empower child? Most important agenda of our today's workshop, how to empower child. Now, what is the first step we can take? What thought come in your mind when you talk about that this is the thing?
I think, ma'am, we should create the kind of environment whether the child can feel independent and encouraged or be
Yes, we
confident.
should. Yes, yes, true, ma'am. Very true. We should give that environment play a very important role, whether the child is at home, whether the child is with the family, whether the child is in a social community gathering, whether the child at a school, whatever environment we are going to give him, that environment going to like impact a very important role on the child mindset. That's very true,
That's
ma'am.
true. Mhm.
So the first
Always
step to
motivate.
empower a child, sorry, can you please repeat, ma'am?
Ma'am, always motivate the child with the positive
Yes,
attitude.
motivation is the most important. Yes, that's true. It's not about the child, it's about a human being. If we are also working, so motivation is always work.
This is very important.
Yeah. So the first step towards empowerment is education. Education has the power to transform a society into a positive way. It ensures protection from poverty, exploitation, as well as from disease also. Now, quality education impart knowledge and skill to children. Now, here when we are using a word education, it's not about the academic part. We are talking about all these skills. We have seen competency, motivation, we have seen a learning outcome, right? We have seen a child can be grow, knowledge is there. If you go on the previous slide, competency, training, growth, experience, ability, learning, these all come under the education. Now, the first thing we can do, give your child a voice. Now, what does that mean? Give a child voice. Giving your child a voice is a key to develop confident children. Encourage your child to choose and make decisions for themselves, even about small things. This could mean asking them to pick which cup to drink out of in the morning, whether they want a tea, whether they want a cup of coffee, whether they want a milk, glass of milk, and their outfit, school uniform for the day. Asking them what they would like will inspire them to develop opinions. They will begin to think about what they prefer, becoming more emotionally in tune with their feelings. Show them your support, their decision making. Sometimes, being a parent, being an educator in the classroom or at home, we were busy with our own work and we sometimes we avoid to listen our child. We are not giving up proper time, we are not listening. So just give a chance to your child so that they can make their own small decision. They can choose and they can make decisions, and that will going to build empower among the child. Now, disgrace, prejudice, and general stereotyping. If we are living in a society where we discriminate by gender, female and male, so that grown and bottom is from the home itself, from the beginning. When we keeping in the child mind that you are a boy, you are not supposed to cry. You are a girl, your usually we say that your favorite color should be pink only. You cannot go on a blue color. Why we are giving that kind of mindset to the this 9 or 10 year child? Is it mandatory to give that? And then we came up being a human being and being when the child is going to grow, and we thought that ki, why the child is not able to, why the child is crying, why we cannot giving that atmosphere, that environment from home itself. So disgrace, prejudice, and gender stereotyping by encouraging your child to believe what they can believe, that they can be achieved anything what they desire, whether the child is a female or a male. Actively dismantle common stereotypes such as girls wear pink and boys don't cry. Encourage boy to show their emotions rather than bottle them up. Be aware of the attitudes you have towards people from different walk of life, as this will be observed into the behavior of your child. Have open conversation with your child about what gender stereotypes are and why they are harmful. Just give a 5 minute to your child on every day and say, yes, mama, if mama is doing kitchen work, ask your child whether the child can be female or a male. Ask your child to be with you. Give that atmosphere so that he can mix up with the thoughts and he'll not come with that stereotypes mindset which we are following from many years. Explain yourself is the most important. Rather than simply telling your child to do something, explain the motives behind your action. We all hear that about the story. A small child is there, and we, if one burning candle is in front of him, he'll going to touch it, he'll going to feel it until he'll not going to experience it. If you say it better, you are not supposed to do it, but still the child is going to do, because we didn't explain him what is the circumstances, what is the reason behind why we are saying a no. We are just giving an order. Being a child mind on that age, he'll not able to follow our order until we're not going to explain him advantages and disadvantages of anything whatever we are explaining. So explanation is the most important, and give logical experience, give valuable experience. Don't give any silly reason to a child or any creative story so that he'll getting a confused and next day he'll going to try it again until his thought is are not clear in his mind. For example, if your child says something offensive, calmly explain to them why they shouldn't say that in the future. Tell your child that they should be mindful of their words because what they just said could have the power to upset another person. This will do more of them in a long run than just telling that you are not supposed to use this word. This is the reason behind it. So we should give that platform to a child, right, where they can realize, they can focus which is good for their health and which is not. Keep in mind that your child may not understand exactly what they are saying or have harmful intent behind their words. Once they know that they could hurt another person by saying it or what they said is false, they are much more likely to refrain from saying it in. So think about their actions more. Explain yourself calmly will show your child that you respect them and empower them to do the right things. Listen and engage. As I start begin the thing that until will not listen a child, the child is not going to listen us also. It is all about give and take. So listen and engage your child rather than putting your decision, your task, assigning your task to him. Rather than talking to your children while doing another task, try and take some time to sit down with them and talk to them every day. Just give a 5 minute every day to your child to sit with him or she, right? Just ask him what you did the whole day or else what you did. Share your daily conversation. Just give a 5 minute time to your child. Ask them about their day and engage with them throughout the conversation. Asking them questions, for example, why they liked something or didn't, will encourage them to form opinion and make them feel validated. Listen to what they say. Always welcome the ideas of the child. If you're going to ignore them, they're not going to listen you. So listen to what they say. If they express any strong opinion about liking or disliking anything or people in particular, if your child express a particularly strong dislike, it could be an indicator of a wrongdoing, or in the worst case scenario, a form of child abuse. So make sure that you regularly check in with your children and engage with them. Now here engage is just not to giving a phone to the child. No doubt that we are on the track where we are on the 21st century. We are a techno country, we are a techno human being. But still, if you are giving a device to your child, make sure that engagement should be with you. You are supposed to take care of that, what the child is doing in that device. Whether your child is seeing or any inappropriate video or any content, you need to update yourself. You need to check. You need to keep an eye on that particular engagement of the child. Teach them about diversity. To ensure your children grow up celebrating people difference, it is important to teach them about diversity. Openly respective and actively celebrating people from different walk of life will show your children that we all are humans and encourage them not to bully anyone. Make sure to have open conversation about people's difference with your children from a young age. Educating your children about religion, sexual orientation, gender, ethnicity, and disability will teach them not to prejudice and celebrate our difference rather than reject them. We, being a educator, being a parent, sometimes we face that the child is not ready to accept another person who is other than the caste or other than the religion, or the child is not like as per the whatever is there in the child mind. They are not ready to accept, they are not ready to make the friends also. So taught them about the diversities and most important, discuss about your culture, discuss about your home atmosphere with the child. Trust and support them. Until you will not going to support your child, they'll never going to listen you. They were never going to accept the things. They will never going to share with you also. So trust your children that they will make the right decision. Support them. It is an essential part of the positive parenting. As I said, parenting is an art. We, being a parent, we also learn through the experience. We learn through our what our mom said. After being a parent, what our in-laws said, they're going to guide us and we'll follow them. Same with the child, he is also experiencing the things, so we should trust him, we should support him. For example, allow them to explore and take risk, to swim a length of the pool while you swim at a distance, or to roller stick without holding your hand. Children learn by doing, and allowing them to try something while letting them know you will be watching from a distance in case they need your help will show that them they you trust them, increasing their confidence in themselves. Encouraging your children to explore different interests in fundamental in their development. Just because you always dreamed of having a child who love art does not mean they will artistically inclined. Support them with their passion and shared expectations of behavior. You always keep yourself on the back of the child. Let them come forward with their own interest. Let them follow their hobbies. Let them follow their passion. But be always on the back of the child to support him. Create a positive environment. As one of us say that we should give that environment to the child. So be mindful of the language and phrasing you use when you are around your child, and they absorb more of it than you think. Try to frame things positively. So as I said, they're going to follow us. Whatever we're going to speak in front of the child, they're going to follow us. Whatever activity we are going to do, they're going to follow us. So keep in mind that whatever task you are doing, whatever activity you are doing when you are around your child, please make sure that you give a positive impact on the mind of a child. For example, rather than shouting, "Stop running in the house" at your child, take a breath and calmly say, "Please, could you walk in the house because I don't want you to get hurt." The tone of framing a phrase or a language in front of the child is play a very important role. If you like, we can go and run around the garden. We can say that, we can share with the child, right? So framing your words positively will soon turn into a habit and transfer to your kids also. Try to use positive word when talking to or around your child. Use descriptive words such as strong, caring, smart, and talented to reinforce good behavior. Show them that you focus on their talent and ability rather than their physical appearance. Remember that your words bear weight and what it is said cannot be unsaid. When we are speaking something, we cannot take the words back. Same with the child also. If we said something wrong in front of the child, we put something wrong in front of the student, we cannot take our words back. So whenever we are putting something in front of the child, put and your language and phrase in a positive manner. Children have an incredibly good memories. So we should give a positive environment at home also, at school also, inside the classroom also. Consider a reward system. Make sure to use positive reinforcement and adequately reward your children for good behavior. Develop a system, for example, a start. Someone mic is on. Coming back. Develop a system, for example, a start chart or a similar, where you can display the rewards. This will encourage confidence and self-worth in your children. Show them that you are proud of them. If the child is performing a small activity also, if the child is drawing something, give a chance. Give a chance to give a reward, a small reward. It can be a tap on back also. This will also going to work. To encourage, yes, you did very nicely. Next time you can do better. Notice the little
Ma'am, your voice is not audible.
Ma'am, your voice
Pooja
is
ma'am,
not
actually you are
audible.
on mute, yeah.
so sorry, I didn't saw it. Thank you for informing me. So encourage emotion. Encourage your children to display their emotions is key to them developing emotionally maturity. Make a special effort to tell boys that it is okay to cry and show emotions. Nothing wrong in that. Teach them about consent from a young age. Rather than encouraging them to hug each other or an adult family member, ask them if they want to. This is nothing is wrong in this. Explain to them that it's okay to not want to and that you respect your boundaries. Having conversation about inappropriate touching will allow them to develop a sense of right and wrong and stress the importance of consent. Moreover, conversation about consent contribute to child abuse prevention. So always ask your child that not you can show your emotion in front of us. You can share whatever in your mind. Will there to help you out. We are there on your back end to support you and encourage perseverance. Teach your child, teach your children that it is okay to fail. When we are asking about when we are rewarding something, we should give that atmosphere also. Just a minute, I'm sharing it again. So whenever the child is getting fail in the sportsman spirit, also we should give that motivation. It's not about always getting things in our hands. Sometimes we'll fail in our life also. So that environment, that courage, we should give from the beginning. So teach your children that it is okay to fail, but that is important to get back up and try again. Explain to them what they do not always have to be best at something, but if they want to, they have to try hard. It can be tough when children come from different socio-economic backgrounds, as one child might not have access to same resources and opportunities as another. Instill confidence in your child abilities by telling them they can achieve anything they put their mind to. It might be a good idea to educate them on successful people's trails and tribulation as they relate to your child and how they overcome hardship to propose eventually. This will encourage them to be proactive and motivated. Raising empowered children through using this positive parenting technique is important to create a future of bright and well-rounded adults. Evidence is one circumstances can trigger, thoughts can cause, feeling can cause, action can cause, and this all give you the result. Now, when you talk about the result here is empowering the child to boost up a child. Empowering kids to create their own happiness. So how we can create the own happiness among the child? We can do the physical activity with the child. This is the key to getting children to be active, making sure that they have everyday opportunities for physical activity. After the COVID, most of the parents they have given a mobile phones a device to the child because they are working due to some circumstances, right? But give that platform. I know that screen is not visible. I'm coming back to that. Still now we can continue. So give that platform that they can do physical activities instead of going and doing that things, so they can perform physical activities. Physical activities always like give a positive mindset to a child, helping them find physical activities that they like. So you play an important role here. You have to help out a child which activity is preferable, and you can do like you can give it other time activities, or you can ask the child, okay, we'll go for a half an hour, and or you can give admission in the academic, sports academic also. Role modeling a positive attitude to physical activities. I have listed out some examples. Walking, running, dancing, swimming, yoga, and gardening are the few examples related to the physical activity. Mental health. Nowadays, we come up with that child is not able to ready to accept the things. The child is in depression. Depression most after the COVID, we are like on daily basis we are using the word depression. Just think about the child. Is it possible that a child of a 9 to 10 or 9 to 12-year age, the child can go in a depression? And if it we are thinking that he or she is going, are we giving that atmosphere to him? Are we supporting him? Are we encouraging him? Are we listening him? So these are the impact. These are the compiled things that impact the child mental health. Give a healthy diet to him, a good night's sleep, plenty of exercise aren't just good for your child physical health, they are essential to mental health also. Teach your kids to develop healthy habits that will keep their bodies and their minds in good shape. Building community.
Your voice is not audible
Ma'am,
actually.
please unmute your voice. Mic.
Pooja ji, you have to unmute your mic. We can't listen you. Pooja madam.
You're not audible, ma'am.
So sorry, due to network problem, I was not there. So building community. It always helps to give a group activities that help people relax, get comfortable, move around, and become at easy with each other. They will help break down psychological barriers between people. These activities can even accelerate the forming process in a group also. Team building activities for kids are an easy way to engage students and support students who struggle with communication and social skills. So if we are giving that atmosphere from the home itself, so it will going to help to the educator also to give a task to the particular active child amongst the students so they can help the other students building with the communication and social skills. Now, I hope I have covered almost all the things like the ways we can empower the child. Looking forward, if you are having any kind of question, we can take that. If anyone is having any question, we can take.
I think nobody have any question.
I think we can wind up Vikrant sir here. We can end the
Yeah,
session.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank,
Yeah,
thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you all the
thank you
participants
everyone.
to join us for giving
Thank you,
your
ma'am.
valuable time.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
Thank you,
much,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you
We
so
talk
much,
on
ma'am.
Thank you.
group.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Good night.
Thank you so much,
Good
ma'am.
night.
Ma'am,
Yes, says ma'am. Chetna ma'am, you are having a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm trying to PPT and your points also like
I'm voice is not audible.
the topic was
So
about
sorry, ma'am, I am not able to. So sorry. I request all the participants, please mute yourself.
But it's not.
हाथ हैंड वॉश करो.
Yes, Chetna, ma'am, you can unmute yourself now.
Chetna ma'am, please unmute yourself and speak.
yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, first of all, thank you for this presentation. Parenting is absolutely one of the topic of my field of education. But my question is like in education field like B.Ed, M.Ed and other related courses, we study it very deeply. But how in practical life it is connected, because we can see so many parents, even our parents are raising us in a different way and our neighbors are raising us in a different way. So how we can implement them, because अगर हम किसी को भी ये बोल रहे हैं कि आप ऐसे नहीं ऐसे करो, तो they have an ego कि हम अपने बच्चे साथ जो मजे हैं, who are you to tell us what to do and what not to do. So how much
That's very true,
they
ma'am.
are able to learn and understand us instead of counselors being appointed at professional level.
Okay, so ma'am, for that, what you can do, you can, if you are taking any of the subject, right, if you are teaching any class, right, just note it down about the particular child behavior, put it on the daily basis observation, keep the evidence with you. Be ready with the what is like the child is doing, whether the child is completing the homework, whether the child is behaving nicely, whether he is communicating with the other student, the way he communicating. Just put evidence with you whenever you are sitting with the parent. Don't ask parent to come all together during the PTM, right? Because it's not going to be work when you are having ample of the parents, you will not able to tackle them with the individually. So you need to give an individual time to that particular parent. You can ask the parent to come individually, give a particular time, and that too you have to give a time. One, ask first, just call parents, mother separately and father separately, sit with them the behavior of the child. When you're sitting with two different personalities at not the same time, definitely it's going to work out, and you are having a list of evidence with you, right? Just just ask them, give a like think that this is the thing the child is doing. He is good in other activities. Your observation should be on a positive. Don't go only and only negative point. Your observation should be on a positive. When you are putting positive in front of the parents, and then in between you just say, ma'am, if the child is doing good in this many activities, the child is not able to cope up with the backend things. So we should focus on that part where the child can empower, right? Where the child can focus also, and the negative face of the child you have to give, put in front of the parents in a positive manner. Then listen you. When we putting directly in the front of the parents that your child is not able to work, your child is not in a good in academic, he is not able to speak, is not able to participate, they're not going to listen you. But when you're putting the things in a positive manner, definitely they're going to listen you, ma'am.
Okay. And ma'am, another problem I face in schools, like students are talkative and when it is informed to their parents, they are like, हमारा बच्चा तो हमेशा से यहाँ पढ़ रहा है, किसी टीचर ने कभी कहा नहीं, तो आप अकेले ऐसे क्यों कह रहे हो? तो they target the teacher कि आप ही कमी निकाल रहे हो. We are very right and our kid is very right. अगर वो शरारती भी तो ठीक है, वो सिर्फ शरारती है, वो उनकी accept नहीं करते faults. एंड देन दे आर लाइक कि वो मैनेजमेंट की साइड टर्न हो जाते हैं एंड हमारा बच्चा तो शुरू से यहीं पढ़ रहा है जी, आपने कभी कंप्लेन नहीं करी, ये टीचर कैसे कर रहा है. दिस प्रॉब्लम आई कॉमनली फेस. व्हाट कैन बी डन देन, बिकॉज as an expert I have studied through this in my courses, but how to cater to their mentalities?
Sometimes bookish language is not always good, ma'am. We should be creative and we should be like active on that particular situation. And that's true that many of the educators are following this time this problem that the parents are not ready to accept it. Okay, fine. You just give them time. If you are not ready to accept us, right? You are not ready to listen us because you are observing the child when the child is with you. When we are observing the child when we are with 40 to 50 kids in a particular classroom during the particular time period, the child is totally different. The behavior of the child is going to be totally different. So that time it like this is a like we can I can say that one this is a very difficult phase that being educator we are facing. But like when we give that things putting the things in front of the parents continuously, maybe shayad your old teacher, your previous teachers not put it the thoughts in front of the parents. This might be also can reason. So you should first do the counseling of the particular parent instead of going with the children activities. You should give that impact to the parents, build the trust that you are here to help out. You are looking for a child positiveness, not for the negativeness. You are not putting any negative side of the child in front of their parents. But yes, you are looking when the child is going to grow, being an adult, you will not able to face the problems. Give the consequence, do the proper counseling of the parent instead of doing the counseling of the teacher or particular child. Just keep one thing, ma'am. If you are going to take one step, barricades will be there, but how to jump from that hurdles, that step we need to take.
Yes, ma'am, got your point. Definitely, it's very true because in real aspect we are dealing with 100 mentalities. The parents have different mindset and the children are running on a separate mindset. Their mindset is really not matching with anyone.
That's true, ma'am. That's true. That is the current scenario of every school, every parent. Like everybody is facing the same scenario in every area. We are facing the same problem.
Yeah, because primary kids can be up to a limit scolded up, but the uppers cannot be. So we have to be
Yes,
either
and you
very harsh or
cannot
either
scold them also. You
yeah,
cannot
yeah.
scold them also
They are
because
very
you are with the
sensitive
limited.
nowadays.
Yes, you are with the limited things. You are with the some protocols. Otherwise management will take a step for you.
Obviously,
This will
yeah.
also going to be happen. So whenever you are doing any task, whenever you are taking any initiative, make sure that hurdles will be there, but how to cross the hurdles, how to jump, that decision we need to take. And every time bookish language is not going to work, we have to think practically on that particular situation also.
May I contribute to this, ma'am? I'm Snelata from Chandigarh for this because
Sure, ma'am. Sure,
I
ma'am.
also face the same problem. So what I did is I did not explain much. Evidence and all obviously we keep for from the class also, as well as what they do in practicals, because I take computer science in my school.
Okay. Okay.
So I just replied in one single sentence. I said, "Sir, you should be happy that I am the one who noticed your child, observed your child every minute. So you should be the most happiest person on this earth that you got somebody, the one who is observing." And parents smiled and he got so happy. And after that day, there was no looking back. And I always counsel the child because I've done counseling diploma also. I keep counseling them
Okay.
along with my subjects, and parents go happily. When you start, most of the parents, 70% of the parents try to argue on one or the other thing. So instead of giving answer to them, you just reply in such a way that they calm down. That's the only alternate these days.
Yes, like putting something positive manner, it
Yes.
will always going to work instead of putting a negative thought process in front of the parents.
Yes, and Pooja ma'am, your session was very good, though I joined little late.
Thank you
But
so much,
whatever
ma'am.
you have
Thank you.
said, it's very good. It is going to help me. I take a lot of sessions, so obviously I will use the points which you have given in your workshop today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for your valuable feedback.
Thank you.
Thank you all the participants. Vikrant sir, can I wind up the session?
Yeah, yeah, sure, Pooja ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Okay, sir.
everyone. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good night.
So, ma'am. Good night, ma'am. Have a nice day.
Good night, ma'am.
Good night, ma'am. Good night.
But food. Bye, ma'am. Good night.
Yeah. Good night, ma'am. Thank you.